Hello everybody, my name is Brian St. Denny, and today we're going to be talking about stress in the workplace. Now, stress is an important factor to consider when applying for jobs. We want to make sure that we're happy in a job as best as we can be. Stress has been linked to cause emotional problems, health problems, as well as strained relationships with family, peers, friends. As business students, we are taught to always be ethical in the choices that we make on a daily basis. Now, this also applies to stress in the workplace because stress can lead to unethical behavior, as we will discuss in this PowerPoint. So, as a brief overview, today we're going to be talking about job satisfaction, factors that cause stress, effects of stress, results of stress on an organization, results of stress, stress promotes unethical behavior, and things we can do to change these behaviors to make ourselves feel better at work. Now, 52.3% of Americans are unhappy with their jobs. That's over 1 out of every 2 Americans. Now, that's a crazy number to think about, but there's a lot of factors that go into that. Men are typically happier than women at work with 47.8% compared to 46.3%. Now, this is partly due to the glass ceiling that women face every day. Salaries are a big factor, as many people don't feel like they are being rewarded for the work that they do. Most men are typically unhappy with their salaries at 61.7% compared to women at 65.7%. Now, that's 4% higher for women, which also could be attributed to the glass ceiling. Excessive workload and being overworked is also a big factor that causes stress-related issues at work. Few opportunities for growth, as men are dissatisfied at 73.89% and women are dissatisfied at 78.6%. Now, once again, the women are higher dissatisfied with their job promotion aspects. Could also be attributed to the glass ceiling. No social support. Their work environment is not good. Interpersonal relations, that means poor peer relationships with their friends, their family, their coworkers, whoever it may be. And job authority, how they are managed, disagreements with the boss, and lack of support from supervisors. Now, these are all important factors to consider when talking about work stress. Now, results of stress on an organization. These are very important because they can all lead to decreased productivity. Decreased productivity typically leads to loss of money, loss of profits, and so on and so forth. So we can have increased burnout, decreased engagement, decreased productivity, decreased retention, decreased participation, high absenteeism, poor timekeeping, low morale, increased employee complaints, and increased health accidents and incidents reported. Now, a lot of these can be attributed to not being happy at work. Now, high absenteeism, low morale, decreased participation, decreased retention are all very important as they lead to workers not showing up. Now, decreased retention, if you can't hold on to a worker, that means that you have to hire someone else. You have to train them, which slows down productivity and also spends more money out of your pockets. Now, results of stress on people. Headaches, stomach aches, poor sleep patterns, disturbed relationships with family and friends. Now, all these are proven to be true. And possible that stress causes chronic health problems such as cardiovascular disease, musculoskeletal disorders, and physiological disorders. Now, all of these, although not proven, are very likely to be to have stress cause them. Now, it's very important to be aware of work stresses as headaches, stomach aches, poor sleep patterns, and disturbed relationships with family and friends as early signs that something's not right and that you might need to get help. Work stress promotes unethical behavior. Now, all of these typically, once again, lead to decreased productivity, leads to late clock-ins, so someone not showing up for lunch on time, taking extra breaks when not needed, people not showing up for work. Once again, if you don't have somebody showing up for work, you have to spend money calling somebody, and that can also slow down the whole process of productivity. Workers are not being proactive on the job, causing productivity to fail, and added disagreements between managers and workers. Now, we can mitigate the stresses in our life as best we can. So we can, first of all, talk to an attentive listener. Having a strong network of friends and family is helpful in relieving stress. So you don't necessarily have to have someone give you advice on how to change these things. You just have to have someone be able to listen to you and give advice. You can eat healthy. You can get plenty of sleep. Typically, they want you to get 8 hours of sleep a night and to keep a solid sleep schedule. You also get away from your desk. You can take your lunches and your breaks away from your desk as best you can. And that'll give you a chance to clear your mind, get away from your work, and to come back feeling re-energized. Now, managers can also act to put a stop to stress at work. So we can stop focusing so much on the negatives and focus on positives. That means we can make our workers feel better about themselves through focusing on strengths as a company and not your deficiencies. If you're always focusing on the negatives, that creates a negative work environment for you and your workers. And you can give positive feedback to your workers and try to stay away from the corrective actions. In conclusion, stress at work can be caused by many factors, as we talked about. Stress can also lead to low productivity and also lead to unethical behavior. Workers and managers can help limit the stress. Now, I would like to thank you for watching this, and I hope everyone has a good night. Thanks. Bye.